All right, let's work on the chorus now to Billie Jean, and I'm going to show you just the first phrase. Let me play it in time for you. Let's just get that much down. Okay, that's going to be some work. Now, the first thing I do here is I play a bass and then that bass note. So it's two bass notes, bass, and then I'm doing a slap, a back strike on this note. Okay, now, yes, I could be playing an open E, but the point is it's got to hit right on the second note, on the second beat. Billie, see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Billie. And it's got to sound like boom. And so you can't really get that sound on the open string by plucking it with a finger going up like that. So I go, okay. And what I've done is I just basically leave the bass note out, which would be, if I played the bass note, it would be, it would be this D. So I used to play it like that. I used to do something like, one more time. Now that's plucking the note up like this, and I felt like some groove was missing. And the minute I tried it with the backstroke, it grooved better. Okay, so let's just go back. I've given you a little background now. First three notes. Okay, then your fourth note will be the open sixth and first string. So that's Billie, Billie. Okay, now I'm going to count you in. Let's do that together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, one more time. Okay, so you see there's a certain flow that you can get your hand into while you're getting the melody notes out. Let's add the next part on. You're going to play this on the melody and the fourth string open. Then you're going to pluck the B and try to hammer that A. If you can't do that, you're allowed to pluck. You're allowed to pluck those. And if you can't do that, you're allowed to pluck an open A. But it should be like this. Hear that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Now let me show you a right hand thing that I'm kind of messing around with. Common sense says, well, use the index finger there. Right there. Which I do sometimes, but sometimes it feels good to just do the middle finger. So, experiment with the right hand fingers. That actually feels better when I play it like that. Let's practice this together slowly. 1, 2, 3, and. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. So you're just slapping the fourth finger. If you can't do that, please don't sweat it. Just play this. 1. See, I just plucked the A instead. Okay? The bass line comes through nice and clear that way. That's not a bad way to do it. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to slow it down. 1, 2, one more time. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Okay, let's add the next part of the phrase. Let me show you what the notes are. I'm going to start with those. So open outer strings, then bass note here with the E at the same time. Fourth finger. Now watch this. This is a kind of a weird move. You're going to have your second finger and your first finger like this, and you're going to pull off. And then and watch what I do. When I pull off, I actually pluck another D right there. I do that because I want the attack in the bass. This is not my lover. Okay, let's play this measure nice and slow 3 times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1, 2, 3, and. 1, 2, one more time. 1, 2. Okay, so that's that. Now let's string these 2 measures together. Ready, and. 1, 2, ready, and. 1 last time, and. Okay. Yeah, I really like that middle finger on the melody. Okay, let's go on to the next video where I teach the continuation of the chorus of the song. Alrighty, so we are at the second phrase of the hook. In the last video, we did and now we're going to do the phrase, she's just a girl, boom, bum, bum. Okay? Now it's going to start a little differently. Watch this. Let me play it for you in time, and then we'll slow it down, we'll break it down. One more time. Let me break this down for you nice and slow now. We're going to start again with, but we're we're going to pluck an E over here with this note. So it's get those first 4 moves down. Bass, 2 notes together, the back strike on the fretted note, and then the 2 strings open. Okay, so we're really just adding one more note than what we had previously. She's just a... Let's get that. Practice that a couple times. 1 and 2 and ready and play and ready and ready and ready and okay. Following that, 2nd finger and 4th string. This is exactly what we had before. And if you can't do that hammer, just pluck it. Okay, let's string all that together so far. 1, 2, 3, and. I'm not getting that back strike as clear as I'd like. Ready, and. That was better. 2, 1 more time. Okay, so that's, oh, she's just a girl who. Where we ended. She's just a girl. And if you do it without the hammer, perfectly acceptable. Now here's a brand new move. Blum, blum, blah, blah, blum, blum. Watch this. Let's get it first with all the bass notes. Let me show you how we're going to do that. Both open. 2nd finger up here on the 3rd fret, 1st finger. Then you're going to slide the 1st finger up to the 5th fret, and I'm kind of doing a rounded bar here so that I'll have that melody note there, but I'm not stressing the finger with a full flat bar. I'm just kind of making a curly bar to get the 5th string and the 1st string. Sorry. Now when I play the 3rd finger, I'm getting that melody note. I hold that melody note and I go back down. Let's just get that much so far. 1, 2, ready, and. 1, 2, ready, play. 1 more time. So see? Okay. Now watch how we're going to get out of this. This is kind of cool. 1st and 3rd finger. 2nd finger and open. And then back to the 1st finger with open. And then open A. I think it's open A. Okay. Now, I don't know if all those bass notes actually end up coming out as clearly as I'd like due to the grooving and slapping. Let me play this in time. Let's play the whole thing, the whole second phrase. She's just a girl. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's what it is. I do a pull off there, and I kind of slap there. I don't really play the open A. Let's do this whole second thing now. Play along with Adam. Let's do 3 times slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Oh, 1, 2, 3 and. Okay. 1, 2, 3 and. Okay, just to put it in context, let me play from the pre-chorus up until that point so you can hear it all strung together. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Now let's go on to the next video where we do the rest of the hook. All right. Okay, so in this video, we're going to continue the hook, and I'm going to show you how to play the portion with the lyric, but the kid is not my son. So it's going to be this part. Okay, so I'm going to break that down for you nice and slow. Leading up to this, in the last video, we did left you off there. So let's start where we play on the low E string. I'm going to try to get you into this easily. Let's do 8 notes in the bass. Let's just do that much so far. So starting on the low A, bum, low E, now first and third, and now where this O happens, 1 O 1 O, we're going to pluck an open first string with the low E. So that's but the. Okay, now this becomes a pretty tricky one to pluck with the thumb, so I often kind of lift up and away, and I swipe my thumb a little bit because it's pretty hard to play this with a lot of control. So almost like I'm slapping through it slightly and being a little bit sloppy about it. Okay? It's not that clean when I speed the whole thing up, unfortunately. now watch what we're going to do here. Fourth finger and first finger. And I'm not really barring the whole first finger. I'm curling it slightly so that it's muting the strings on the inside. And then I slide the whole thing down. See, watch what I'm doing. And then I play that with my third finger. Let me demonstrate that a little. First and fourth. Open, leave the fourth down, first and fourth again, and then open, now I'm going to give one alteration to that. There's a backstrike that will just make it funkier, so going to be there. Now what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing the melody note, but I'm still fingering the bass in case I can manage to do that. But I usually just play a backstrike on the melody and you don't really hear the bass there. I'm using the first finger to still mute a lot of the strings. Let me play this all in time and that'll make sense. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to slow it down. Don't worry. Let me do it one more time at tempo for you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And sometimes I just play one open E there. I go. Technically it should be, but the kid is not my son. There should be two there, but I don't always nail them. Okay. Let me play that for you nice and slow, coming out of the section that preceded it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. Okay. Let's do it 3 times slow to practice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, good. And then there's a similar, we've run into this kind of musical idea before. You're going to put 2 of the introduction chords and then a little connector. Let me show you. It's the same thing. Same thing that we did down here previously. Let me show this to you. First and fourth finger, slide. Curl the first finger, so I'm playing the melody note here, I'm playing the third finger there. Again, I'm slapping a little. It's muting the bass note a little, but that's okay. And let me show that to you. 1 and 3, 0 and 2. So this is going to look like this. Leading back into the same kid is not my son idea. if I took the slaps out, you'd hear all the bass notes perfect. See? But that doesn't sound funky at all. It just sounds like plucking. So those clicks are ending up taking the place of some of the bass notes. Okay, let me play these both now. Ba 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 ba, with this little transition thing in the middle. Let me play that for you. Okay, so we started off again from the last video. Transition. Just rock the intro a little bit. That was twice through. At this point, we've really learned, I would say now, 80%, if not 90% of the material in the song. I know it's really complex, and just build each little piece at a time like we've been going. Okay, let's go on to the next video, where I'm going to show you some of the variations that happen in the melody on the second verse. Cut. Okay, so we are now at verse 2 of Billie Jean, and it runs quite a lot like the first verse, but there are a couple of variations on here. The first one is a really tricky variation. This is the cherry on the sundae. If you can't get this, if it boggles your fingers or boggles your mind, that's okay. And if you can do some sort of way of playing this high melody without the whole crazy bass thing, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to show you how I do it, but I have pretty, big hands and a pretty big reach. So just do your best with this and play around with it, and at least check out the ideas that I do. Let me show you where the variation comes. We play the verse. I'm going to play this at a medium tempo, and when we get to the new part, of course, I'll slow it down and break it down for you. Okay, so let me play the verse at a medium tempo. All the same. So we do the first one of those, and we do the transition. Now watch. Okay, that's the first part. Just remember to always think twice. Remember to always think twice. It actually has that second part that follows it up like this. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. That's quite a lot of left hand stretching, and I had to program that. So the first time, let's scroll back slowly. Two chords of the intro, then this transition. We're going to start there, okay? Look at the syncopation I did. 2, 3, and. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So there it goes, bum, 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 bum. So I'm going 1, 3. One, two, three. Again. Okay. I think you see what that is. And then following that, here's how I play it. First and fourth finger. So I'm at the, I don't know what frets to call these because of the capo. Just match the note with me. Now I slide, so I play these together. Then that's the first set of moves that you have to get. Now let me show you how I'm playing this note of the 3rd fret, or this G, as it would be without the capo. I'm doing a hinge bar, which means I'm playing it just with the inside of my finger, and I'm able to get that low A. So 1, 2, practice along. 1, 2, play along. Now, the next note after that is an F sharp that you're going to play here, which sometimes I play with the first finger, I finger, sometimes I play with M. Let's just get that. Watch this. That's how we're going to get out of it. I even do this as a pull-off. Yes, I do. Let's try to get ball, bom, bom, bom. Let's try to add that on to the end now. Ready? And from this thing, let's practice this together. Ready? And. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, ready, again. Okay. I think you see what that is. Now I'm going to explain the next part in the following video. The don't think twice, woo! So let's go on. Okay, so in the last video, we looked at this, just remember to always think twice. Okay, and now there's this vocal thing from the original recording where he goes, don't think twice, woo! Okay, so let me show you how I do that. I'm going to do it in time first, and then I'll slow it down for you. Okay, so ready, and. So here we go, slowly. first part. Ready? And. Okay. One more time. Can you see what that is? Open strings. But then end on the open. Fretted, 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 open, sorry. Open fourth string. Then this is together, open with the syncopation. One, two, three, and. One, two, one more time. Okay. Now this is a confusing little thing because of the syncopation. So watch what you'll need to do at this point. Again. So let me play this for you. Not really slow. Leave this second finger down. Two, three, and. Don't worry if you can't hear what it's supposed to be yet. Just learn the fingerings. Okay. Let me show you what I do here. I'm at the 9th fret and the 14th fret, and I do a little backs of the fingers. I'm playing an octave and I'm muting all the other strings. That's don't think twice. Woo! One, two, ready, again. One, two, ready, again. So there's some serious coordination involved there. Let me play the whole thing for you now in context. I'll string along what we did in the last video into this one, and then you'll get to hear it all together, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm going to do it extra slow for you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One, two, with the last thing. Alrighty. There's one more variation. It's not nearly as tricky as this one. When you go back and do the second part of the second verse, instead of doing, you're going to change the figure. So after this, then it's going to go back to another one of these. Now here, instead of that, we're going to go. So the riff changes to hammering the second to the third, and then doing a pull-off, 2-0. But we've got to go bum, bum, so it's... And it doesn't always come out as clear as I'd like. Second time, you're going to do it with the A and the bass. And then... instead of... right, it's going to be... So let me do that medium tempo for you. Again, groove and melody will pull this through even if that bass note is not super clear, okay? Here we go. So there you go. Those are the two variations on the second verse, which you'll hear right away if you listen to the original Michael Jackson version. Okay, let's move on to the next video. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is, in the broadest sense, talk about where we are in the song structure, because it's easy to get lost with all these details. So let me go real fast through just the structure of the song. We started with the bass line, which I showed you, just with that, with the double bass. And then we add the triads. For a little while. Then we did the first verse. Right? Showed you all that. Did the entire verse. As I showed you, the first part repeats a little longer because that whole... that thing happens twice on the first repeat, and then a little bit less on the second repeat, only once. Then, before we go into the hook, we have this nice pre-chorus where we get a little bit of relief. I showed you all this, right? Right? And then, or I should go before we go into the hook. And then I showed you the hook. Or the chorus. The hook and the chorus are the same thing. In the last videos, we just did the variations on the verse. All this and the okay, so that leaves us at a point where we've finished the second verse, and what we're going to do is we're going to do another pre-chorus, and then we're going to do another chorus or another hook. Okay, so you've already, once you've learned it, that will already be sort of pre-programmed into your fingers. You can just throw those sections in again. And then after the second chorus, what we're going to do is we're going to play this intro figure several times. So, bum, bum, ba, ba, da, da. many times as you want. It could be 2 times or 4 times. I'm usually moonwalking across the stage at this point. But now watch what I do. Because this is going to be a transition. So let me show you how I got into that. It's just a bar chord. So okay, so you're doing the first 2 chords of this intro. Now comes this sort of Fender Strat blues chicken picking kind of riff, which you might know from the original Michael Jackson recording. Let me show you how I finger it. 14th fret. So I'm going boom, 12th fret, slide. Now those are the notes. Okay. One more time. I'm going to show you the notes nice and slow. Now, one of the things that I do is, this is from my days flat picking, I'm keeping a 16th note groove. 16th notes on this would sound like a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a chicka ticka chicka ticka chicka ticka chicka ticka. So I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up with my thumb on what would be 16th notes, like, right? And I'm sort of doing that with the riff. If you were to hear all the in-between accents, it would sound like this. Chicka ticka chicka ticka back a ticka back. Some of the notes are up with the index finger and some are down, but if you just follow this, but I'm not repeat. I'm letting some ring. Now you're probably wondering why I'm doing it this far up on the neck and not somewhere easier, because what I'm going to do in the hole when I'm holding that note is with the second finger here, I'm going to try to hold the left hand finger straight and do a harmonic. Okay, so if you listen to the original recording, there's that guitar riff, and Michael Jackson is singing these very high, okay? So that's the last piece of musical information that you need. If this is uncomfortable or hard, or let's say you don't have a cutaway like I do, and it's hard to get, you can always do. You can do it in another part of the neck. I just like to try to get that harmonic up there. And then I usually go, and. Okay. So that's Billie Jean. Let me show you how I end it. Let me show you how I end it real quick. I rock out on this a little bit. I think 4 times. Now watch this. Okay, so let me show you the chords. It's a basic major 7th chord. This would be like C major 7. If you had no capo, it would be C major 7. It's actually D major 7. I'm playing and I'm barring. Then a minor, excuse me. And then, so. Big E minor chord. All righty. That's it. All righty. Well, you've gotten through the Billie Jean lesson, and I know it's a lot of information that I've shown you. I want to congratulate you if you've watched any part of this, and I really want to congratulate you if you've watched the entire thing. A note that I would like to leave you with is that I practice this piece constantly, and I chunk it down. And if I discover, for example, that a note might be better with a backstrike, I'll practice that for a couple of days or a week. So, for example, when I discovered on the hook, I just had to practice. Whoops. I had to practice. I'm practicing now in front of you. Excuse me for doing that. But I drill down very deeply on this piece to sort of be able to pull it off live. So if you don't get it right away, don't beat yourself up, and don't be hard on yourself. Each one of these little video chapters is this little puzzle for you to work on. And as you work on it, it'll come into focus and you'll be able to play it. And as I said in the intro, I often rely on the entertainment factor when I'm playing this and the crowd communication to get me over the hump, because my fingers don't always obey my mind. So you're allowed to change things I've done here. You're allowed to change fingerings. You're allowed to leave bass notes out. If you want to make a real simple version of it based on my version, that's fine. I just want you to have fun with this one. And please know that, as I said in the intro, if you're a beginner or an intermediate or even an advanced player, this is one of my most complex pieces. You're going to be right up against a lot of difficult fingerings and concepts with this one. It'll put you out of your comfort zone, but you'll probably also learn a couple cool things. So thanks again for watching. I'm open for questions if you've got any, or if you need any help with a passage, just contact me. All right. God bless.